me be very, very clear in this. When I say where there's smoke, there's fire, I'm simply proclaiming that no one, you can't complain, you can't feign complete innocence in all of this. What level of guilt or culpability is for somebody else to determine? And we want to give Deshaun Watson his just due from the standpoint that he has proclaimed his innocence about this stuff. But I'm in no position to state whether he's innocent or guilty. So I want to be very, very clear about that. Having said that, let me piggyback off of what Ryan Clark just articulated. I get where you're coming from, Ryan, and you're not wrong. But I do think it's important to recognize that when we talk about the National Football League, yes, it's about perception, and it may not be about the facts or whatever the case may be. But the fact remains that the NFL put itself in this position. You had to agree with the Players Association to get an arbitrator involved, a third party that can look at the quote-unquote facts. Well, NFL was being tipped off about what those facts were when they were pushing for an indefinite suspension. So they've already given us the impression that they obviously know more than the general public knows. And because they waited so long, because of the process that they okayed implementing, as a result, that forces us all to sit back and say, okay, well, what do you have? Because you have now put yourself in a position where you're trying to act like you are law enforcement, when all you had to do as the National Football League, of course in concert with the Players Association to some degree via collective bargaining, would say this is our league, and we don't know how criminally negligent or culpable you may be. We don't have that evidence and that information. What we do know is that we're a private industry, and we have a right to make sure that we police anybody compromising our bottom line. And if you've done that, we're going to make a decision based off of just that for you to handle your business and not impugn our league. They didn't do that here. What they did was put themselves in a position, they're resembling law enforcement. But law enforcement revealed to us what the hell they found and why they come down with the level of condemnation they come down with. The NFL is not doing that. And as a result, that's creating more question marks, and it's attaching a level of guilt to Deshaun Watson or innocence to Deshaun Watson that he may or may not deserve. And I think it's wrong for any professional sports league to put themselves in that position. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's real.
Stephen A., what do you think the NFL, because like I mentioned, they have 3 days to appeal. What do you expect them to do moving forward?
I absolutely think they will appeal. I think they're going to take the position that 6 games is not enough. I think that they're going to fight with the Players Association. I think that the Players Association statement last night was a preemptive strike because they knew what was coming down. And if they knew what was coming down, the NFL knew what was coming down. They've got 3 days to make a decision. I think they will appeal this, try to make it at least 8 to 12 games at the very least. They'll try to get more than what Sue Robinson handed down. I think that ultimately, like Ryan said, this is going to get uglier before it gets better. The problem is that we're going to be hearing those things without the evidence to support what their position is or what the Players Association position is. Everybody's talking about their positions. What we need now is the information since you decided to investigate on your own for last year plus. Now people want to know what the hell the information is. It leads you to draw the conclusion that you have drawn if you're the Players Association or if you're the NFL, because a sports league has overstepped its bounds by trying to resemble law enforcement when they have no business doing so.
All right, Stephen A. Smith, thanks so much for getting up with us this morning and chatting with us.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.